Okay, let me make sure we are all set up because I love to take questions if you're here live. Let me see. Sure you can hear me. I love to take questions. All set up. Yep, perfect. Sometimes this little mic doesn't work, so I wanted to check. Okay, so I'm so happy to have you here today because we have a really important session. I hear a lot of people say they've got some anxiety wrapped around saying no to clients. For whatever reason, this is likely a deeper issue with boundary setting, feelings of confidence, things like that. Although those specific topics aren't part of our conversation today, that's something we can definitely have a private session, talk one-on-one about what's going on, give you some tools to work through that. Today, we're going to talk about a method that you can use to respond to clients right now to help turn a no into future sales and also spreading good vibes all around you, because February's theme is attracting good vibes. So that's why we're focusing on this today in our Thursday fave session. So if you're here in the replay, go ahead and throw up your hashtag replay. If you're ever here with me live, go ahead and throw up your hashtag live so I know you're here. I'm Melissa Fryer. If we've never met before, I'm the owner and main mentor and CEO at Build a Better Bakery. So if you're interested in finding more joy and less overwhelm while you're starting up and growing or expanding your baking business, then we should hang out more. And I'm here in the group to do that with you today. All right, so what we're going to do is go over a method for, you're still going to be saying no. So that's not going to change, but we're going to talk about how to kind of package it up so that you can connect with your clients, hold your healthy boundaries, and sort of build up your community at the same time. It's a really great option that I use literally daily because I can't help everyone here, but I get inquiries pretty much on the daily of things that I can't do. So I have to use this a lot. Now, if you want to stay in the know about these lives, we do this, or I do this every week at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time right here in the group. You can check the events. I post a couple days before, maybe the day before, what we're going to talk about, but it's always at 9 a.m. So you can set an alarm. Just know that I'll be in here live. You can also join our email list. It's free. It's like an update system. I send out links to replays that we have, sessions that we've done. I send out resources, things that are coming up, just so you can stay in the know about what's going on and Build a Better Bakery. And I also sometimes share these via YouTube. If you want to get off the Facebook platform and onto YouTube instead, there is a lot of information for you there as well. Okay, so we're going to jump right in with the first step. As we go through these, it's going to be kind of quick and simple. I just want to give you the layout of how to approach a no and turn it into future sales. So if you have questions, just pop them in the comments and I can come back, circle back around and answer them for you. Now, the very first step before we even talk about setting up your response is to know that sticking to your boundaries is acceptable and respectable and completely necessary. If you take that right away from yourself consistently, your health, your passion, all of that's going to suffer. And if you're that person sitting right there thinking, I know I've said yes a couple of times when I really shouldn't have, and I lost sleep over it, my kids were upset with me, I missed an event, my other products that I already had orders for weren't as good because I brought this other one in and I really didn't have time to do it. All of those things aren't good for your business. So holding those healthy boundaries is the main point of being able to do this, so you can do that and hopefully erase some of those negative feelings of saying no. Okay, now let's say we're going to put you in this situation. Let's say, hey, Sarah. Yeah, happy to see you too. Here live together. Okay, so putting you in a situation of giving a no. Someone's sending you a message, kind of like a cold call or just a message. Hey, can I want to order this XYZ for this day. Are you available? So the way I respond is the same that I respond for a yes or a no, which is a warm greeting using the client's name. And it's just an always thing that I suggest that you do. I'm not sure why. It might be an anxiety thing, but there have been situations where I have reached out to other business providers and asked them a question, and they don't even respond with a hello. It's kind of a quick, short, sort of an aggressive answer. And I would suggest that you consider instead having a warm greeting, no matter what the answer is going to be, and just make that part of your practice, part of your customer service. So warm greeting using the client's name. Hey, Sarah, great to hear from you today. That's what I usually say. Okay. And then number 2, if the answer is no, and I want to hit this home. Okay. If the answer is no, it is better for you and for them for you to be explicitly clear that the answer is no. It is not better for you to say, maybe, I don't know. That's not, because you might think that that's going to make it easier, but it actually makes the conversation longer and it confuses people. And the hurt feelings and those bad vibes usually come up because of that. So it's much better to be completely clear and respectful with your answer. And you need to tell them that you cannot complete this order. You cannot take this order. You do not have the time for this order, etc. So don't use the words I think or maybe or anything that grays your answer. You want it to be black and white, yes or no. In this case, it is no. So you're going to be very clear that there is not a chance that you can do this for them, okay? It will keep the conversation shorter and more respectful. And I get this, I hear people ask a lot, do I need to tell them why I can't take their order? And the answer is absolutely not. There is really no reason that they should need to know why you can't take the order. If they're asking you, that's kind of crossing a weird boundary, because really, just saying, no, I cannot is enough. So you do not have to give them a reason. You can just state that you are not available for their date in their order. Okay, that's it. Now, this is where sometimes the conversation would end. Someone would say, no, I'm so sorry, no. And you don't have to say that you're sorry also. Like you can just say, no, I'm not available. Unfortunately, I'm not available. Or no, that doesn't work for me, etc. And a lot of times that's where the conversation ends. The person responds, okay, thanks, and then it's over. But what I want you to do with this particular method is I want you to extend it a little bit further. It's going to be a little bit more customer service. And this is how you can move that no into future sales. Okay, so don't stop at the answer. We're going to move into offering a solution or a suggestion. So this will require you to have some information about your surrounding area, other places that offer similar products. You're going to maybe need to do a little research, go online, drive around, ask other people, find out if I were to refer someone or a service, who would it be? And you want to keep those in your back pocket. That can be a person, a place, whatever you feel comfortable with. So here, we don't have a lot of options. So I always start with, you might check with the grocery store or the commissary where I live, because they often have certain things. Now I know what they carry because I've gone and I've looked through their shelving and I've talked to them a little bit about, if people are asking for XYZ, like, do you make cake pops? The answer is no. Do you make cupcakes? Yes. So if someone's asking me for cupcakes and I'm not going to make them, I can tell them that the commissary has the cupcakes. So it's kind of like you are an information source as well as a service provider. Another answer might be, I'd refer you to XYZ. In this case, you should likely know who these people are, hopefully have tried their products so you can know if you should be referring them or not, if you believe that they are good products or not. That's very important. So if you get the chance to purchase and try products from other providers, please do that as just part of your market research. And giving that referral or that suggestion is a very important part to creating that good vibes environment in your community. And this might be the point where I've heard this. Someone said this out loud once when I said this to them. They said, but here's the thing, why would I do that? I don't want to give business to my competition. That's not why I'm in business. Here's the thing though, if you're a baker, you're likely in the business of also creating relationships with your clients, business relationships with your clients, and you're in the business of having people trust you. Food's important. People need to trust you before they're going to eat from your kitchen, right? Before they eat what you've made, they need to trust you. So your customer service, I think, can be more inclusive of giving recommendations and suggestions to services that you would recommend if you are not available, because you won't be available all the time. And I also want to bring up that saying that you wouldn't refer someone else, that's part of a scarcity mindset. That's part of something that is going to continually pull you down rather than push you up and push you out. So try to kind of change that up and understand that you want to be joyful. You want people to succeed around you. And number one, you want your client to get what they want. You want their client to have a good event. And to do that, you can't help them because you cannot take their order, but you can give them direction, a good opinion in your, the services that you've looked at. What's your opinion? What would you tell your friend? Give them that information. Keep it professional. If you don't like someone, just don't refer them. That's okay. If they ask you about someone that you don't like or a service that you don't think is very good, you could tell them, I've had a bad experience with them in the past. I've heard other people have too, maybe not. Try to keep it as professional as possible if you don't want to refer a certain service, but just don't mention them. If you want to keep them, mention the ones that you want them to go to, because it's going to come back to you, right? They're going to think about that you recommended XYZ. So why would you recommend someone that wasn't good, right? So that's where you need to go in and do a little bit of that research. Okay. Sarah says boundaries are so important. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole life thing. And there's just part of our industry, for some reason, saying no to an inquiry. Maybe it's because it's coming through from individuals or asking us questions. There's just a lot of feeling bad feelings surrounded with no a lot of times. And I think it's the boundary thing, right? Holding our own boundaries, because we're important. We're the most important part of our business is, if we're tired, if we're not working right, the business is not working right. Okay, so just keep in mind with that suggestion, that part of the method, you are gaining their trust and you're doing your part to help them get what they need. Even if it's not the baking part, you are helping them get to where they need to be. Then you can end the conversation with an invitation. So this is bringing it all the way around for them to reach out to you in the future for their next order or bakery needs. All right, so we're going to round it all the way around. A lot of people skip that referral part, suggestion part. I really suggest putting that in there to grow the good vibes, the community vibes, having people understand that you really are there to help them, not just take their order, but you're there to help them get set up the way with something that could help them with their question. So to recap, the main focus of client interactions, or one of the main focuses, is to create a good relationship. That's the whole, if you think about the overarching point of conversing with a client and helping them get what they need. Okay, so by giving a warm welcome, a very clear answer, and a suggestion to help them further, you are doing a fabulous job at customer service. Rounding it out with that final invitation to let them know they can come back to you at any time with another inquiry. They'll trust that you are on their side. You are helping them get what they need, even if it's not putting $1 in your pocket. You're helping them get what they need, and you're willing to go out of your way to give them that suggestion to send them in a new direction. So it's not a closed door. You're opening another door to send them through. So again, even if it's not baking this time around, you're here to help. Now you can also push this even further, and you can use those referrals to build community and help your other baker friends or local businesses around you, as they will likely reciprocate what you are doing. So as you will send them, you could say, hey, tell them Melissa sent you. They're going to start hearing, oh, Melissa's sending us a lot of business. Like, we should probably send some her way as well. And you'll start to see this funnel. I call it the baker's funnel, where all these people can't take all these orders, and likely some of the orders and inquiries they're getting aren't really built for them anyway. So those are the best funnels of orders, are going to be other bakers. So you want to try to create a free flow system to help everybody out. And then the clients get more of what they need and everybody's happier. So we just have to open the doors and understand that that's better for us than trying to stop the flow of orders to other bakers, essentially. Okay, that's it for me today. So that whole method, that's what I use basically every day to help people feel comfortable, taken care of, understand I'm here to help, and then invite them to come back and let me know when they need something in the future. So if you'd like to chat more about your business, this might not be the only thing that's been on your mind recently. You can catch me on my scheduling page. We have a free 20-minute mentorship session up there for everyone to use at just one session per person. So if you haven't used your 20-minute session, this is for anyone that's doing the content. I let everyone get 20 minutes in with me just to make sure that you get a quick question answered, or you get a little bit of mentorship to try it out, because I know how hard it can be alone. And I honestly, it's kind of, I just like talking to other bakers and people who do this kind of stuff. So it's kind of just fun for me as well. Gives me a little break. So you can sign up for that. Or we also have full sessions, hour-long action plans, the whole deal. If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty on a topic that's been bothering you or something that you need to get to the bottom of right now, you can set one of them up as well. We can cover most any topic you're interested in, like pricing, startup, expanding, packaging, baking, decorating, etc. You can put in what you want to talk about. If for any reason I don't feel like I can talk about that, I'll let you know, no issues. But I have 16 years experience, almost 17 now. So I can comment on pretty much all of it. You just let me know what you want to talk about in our sessions. All righty, well, thanks for hanging out today. You can go ahead and do your hashtag replay or post any questions in the replay if you see this later on. I'm off to bake some cookies and prep for a class tonight. So I'm going to go do that and I'll see y'all later. Okay, bye.